HG Infra, that's one stock that has been making news over the last couple of trading sessions. The company has emerged the lowest bidder for the 398 crore project by DMRC, as well as they've received a LOA from NHAI for a hybrid annuity model project in Haryana. Welcome to BQ Prime. I'm Hiral Dadia, and to discuss the same, joining us on the show is Mr. Harendra Singh, Chairman and MD at HG Infra. Welcome to the show, Mr. Singh.
Yeah.
Firstly, congratulations on both the orders that we've seen. Firstly, let's discuss in terms of the DMRC project. If you could just help us understand more details in terms of the 398 crore project, what are the kind of timelines that we are working with?
Yeah, sure. This is the first project which we have bagged apart from highways, and this is that doing metro. It's very near to our urban extension road project, which is already in operation. Say execution is going on. And this is a 3.5 kilometer elevated box viaducts to be constructed and some 4 stations to be constructed in that particular project. So basically, it is an extension of already running metro rail, which exactly give us the valid reason why we have taken that. And this is almost around 3.5% over the estimated cost of DMRC.
Right. So overall, the construction of the project is to be, completed within 24 months, right?
Right.
So what's the execution timeline looking like, and the revenue recognition in terms of financial years?
For sure, I think for this financial year, we are not keeping anything, but definitely within 3 months of designing and mobilization, which will take 3 months of timeline. And we are looking at the completion where almost 50% it has to be completed within the next year, say by FY24, and later on it would be constructed within 8 to 9 months of 25 that we have kept in our internal targets.
Right. So in terms of revenue recognition, how much of the 398 crores would be recognized in FY24 itself?
Yeah, 50% of that would be in 24, and then balance in 25. Yeah.
Right. And overall, as you just mentioned, that this is one of the first projects with regards to metro rail, how much are we going to actually start bidding for in terms of the metro projects from here on?
Yeah, sure. We have bidded quite a few metro projects earlier also, say, during last few months. But as this is the first project which we have bagged today, beyond that, I think we are looking for even in Delhi Metro and other tier 2 cities to look forward for bidding in those projects.
Right. So what does that bid book actually look like currently?
So currently, which during the year, we added almost 5,700 odd crores of project, including the Ganga Expressway project, which we have recently started on 3rd November. And taking into that into consideration, we have already received the appointed date on most of the projects, just bearing these 2 projects, where this is one of the metro projects and the Karnal Ring Road project, which is 997 crore, which we recently have received the LOAs in the month of December. We were declared L1 in that. So these are the 2 projects where the appointed date is yet to be declared. So the bid, as far as right now, the unexecuted order book is coming at about 11,500 odd crore rupees.
Okay. And this is the overall order book you're saying, 11,500 crores.
Correct.
Right, which was, I think, at around somewhere or close to 10,850 odd crores at the end of the second quarter, right?
Very right. You're
right. Apart from this, if you see in terms of the LOA for the NHAI HAM project in Haryana, if you could give us details on the same as well.
Yeah, sure. This is a Karnal Ring Road to be developed, and this is 34 odd kilometers to be constructed, which is a greenfield alignment. And this alignment is, say, NH1, which is going to be bypassed through this ring road. And this is having a unique, project where I think it's not only many complex bridges to be constructed, it's a very plain alignment. Everything is, the real land availability is almost 40% of the land is already available. And within, say, 4-5 months, as we are expecting that once we complete our financial closures and other proceedings, we would be getting the entire 80% plus land and the alignment. And by that time, we are going to mobilize each and every of our resources in that particular project. So believe this is an interesting project. And again, the same timeline we have kept, that in month of May, tentatively, or June, we will be starting this project. And we expect that within 20 months, 24 months, we will be completing this project. So FY24 and 25, again, we expect that the revenue from this particular project would be there.
So again, will it be a 50-50 division between the
It's not
750 odd
50-50.
crores?
Say in 24, it would be coming around 35-40%, and later, so almost balance would be taken up in FY25.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of the order book as well, we've seen that around 60 to 65% of the company's order book is coming in from the EPC road projects, and the balance 35% is from HAM road projects, right?
Yeah.
Now, do we see a shift happening in terms of this order book division?
You are right. Probably with the EPC, almost the competition aggression is more, and we are expecting that we are not going to get more EPC projects, especially from NHAI. So that's why, with the strength of our balance sheet, which is allowing us to take on the HAM projects, and so basis that we are now more targeting upon HAM projects, and during the financial year, we are looking at about addition of 3 to 4 more projects in HAM basis only.
Right. And again, between the government and private sector projects, again, that division is still skewed towards government projects. Is there a strategy to make it 50-50, or it's always going to be by the government projects, revenue is going to be higher versus private?
Yeah, I think earlier it has been 25 or 30% coming from the private players. That again would be the same balance we would like to keep, some 65 to 70% coming out from the government projects and the remaining from the private players.
Right. Yeah. Overall, in terms of focus as well, clearly the focus, as we mentioned as well, has been both EPC as well as HAM, right? However, the strategy has been to diversify in railways and water sectors as well, to actually de-risk the business model further. We've already spoken about the foray into railways. What's the progress with regards to the water sector?
Water sector, we have already bidded few of the projects, but the bids yet to be opened. And for those, we believe that in the adjoining states, on UP and MP and even Rajasthan, we are looking that this financial year, if we can add at least one project, and this is should be the minimum target which we are aiming at. And water, and apart from water, we have already bidded many projects in railways, and there I think few bids are already open, but few are yet to be open. Again, we are bidding many projects in railways. There are the doubling of the existing track, or new track to be laid, and there we are very keen on taking on this diversification opportunity which is coming in railways. And indeed, this metro is the first one we received. And railway station also, we are looking at the remodeling of railway station, which we can bid. We have bidded few of those, and we are targeting that at least 3-4 diversified opportunities which are in railways, water, and metro and other. So we are aiming those things, that at least 10% of the order during the year that can come from these sectors.
Right. And overall, if you see in terms of the performance as well, specifically from a margin perspective, we've seen strong margins in the second quarter on the back of lower, the input cost pressures. Now, taking the second half of FY23 into consideration, do you think we will be able to maintain the same, or we will see some bit of normalizing happening?
Yeah, for sure. I think with the commodity prices cooling down and the heat which we were facing earlier in almost 4-5 quarters, that has hampered, and there's a big impact in our margins which we have seen. Now we are coming on back to our track where 16 plus EBITDA, that is quite visible, and then Q3 and Q4 we expect that this is the shift now. It is going to on a positive trend, and we may reach up to 16.5 even in Q4.
Right. With all of this said and done, from a project perspective, we've already achieved financial closure with regards to the new Greenfield Highway. Secondly, appointment dates with regards to the, Kalyagura, 6-lane project has come in. Plus, the 4-lane access controlled New Green Highway has come in. Neelmangala, Tumkur has come in as well. Now, with all of this said and done, what is going to be the asset monetization plan from here on of the completed HAM projects?
See, we have already completed 3 projects where the COD of 2 and 1 of the PCOD. So we have already started receiving the annuity payments in these 3. So this is one where the fourth one is almost at about 86% completion, and we are looking at its completion by March end. So with that, these 4 projects which we have already offered for a monetization to our potential investors, and the discussions and most of the things are in a very fast, for moving very fast, and we expect that the deal can be closed within next 2 months, and where any non-binding agreement, say it's a binding agreement rather, binding agreement can be signed and SP can be signed. So probably that again will take up, we will take up the entire transaction from getting the NOC from NHAI and other lenders, etc. It will take other 3-4 months. So by say Q2 end, we expect that the transaction which can really happen, and we may get the money which we are looking at it.
Right. So we're saying that the asset monetization money will actually start flowing in only in the second quarter of FY24.
Correct.
Right. Okay. And apart from that, overall, if you see in terms of the revenue in terms of FY23, we did see a guidance of around 4,600 crores coming in. Does that change from here on, taking into consideration the Ganga Expressway project contribution now?
Which we earlier guided at about say 4,600 during the year, which it is around 25% year on year last year. And now in Q3 we have picked up these projects which we received the appointed date. These are the major projects of Khammam Devrapalli package 1 and 2, and then Tumkur project and this Ganga Expressway together. Now most of the projects are getting we are getting revenue from all these projects. So Q4 is going to be extremely eventful as far as execution is concerned. Definitely in Q3 we have improved upon last year now, and with that 4,600 is much we would be aiming, and we are looking at it, and what we have guided, we will be reaching it.
Right. And overall, with regards to, in terms of the order inflow, earlier, we were expecting an order inflow of around overall 9,000 crores in FY23 as a whole, with everything that has already come in. And so what's the balance order intake that is expected now in the fourth quarter of FY23?
Right, as we have indicated earlier, that 9,000 to 10,000 is which is the total number which we are expecting to be there, and we already has received 5,700 crores of order, including Ganga Expressway. Now balance is about 3,500 to 4,000 crores, which we are looking for Q4 to be added, especially in HAM projects of NHAI and other of those projects which we have discussed right now. So and that is the same guidance which we are keeping for say FY24, which we would be looking ahead, that some 8 to 10,000 crores of new order addition in FY24, and about the 20% of year-on-year growth as far as revenue from this year FY23 to FY24.
Right. And very lastly, my last question is in terms of the bonus. We were planning, we were aiming to receive around 26 odd crores in the third quarter for early completion of some projects. Any further visibility that we are seeing in terms of further bonuses?
Which we have already received in Q3, around 17 crores, which we have already received, and the balance is likely to be received in Q4 and even Q1 of FY24. And further, we are looking at 1 or 2 projects. They are say running ahead of the schedule, which we expect that in Q24 we would be looking at least 1 or 2 projects which we can receive this bonus amount in those.
So I think infra as a sector itself is in a strong position, and we are seeing the fruits, which all the companies are bearing from there on. But congratulations overall for the kind of growth that we are seeing, Mr. Singh. And thank you for speaking to us and decoding the details for us. Thank you. Stay safe and speak to you soon again.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Okay.